Hi, it's Writing Wednesdays with Mary. Welcome to class.
Hi, I'm Mary Billiter. I'm a local writing instructor at our community college here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I'm also a fiction writer. And social distancing is really hard for those extroverts, and it's tough for introverts as well. So I thought during this COVID break we have that I would provide 10 minutes a week of some of the writing stuff that I do in my 6-week courses that are 2 hours a night, so that anyone who's ever wanted to write has the tools to get started. But first, what I do in any of my classes, and I've been doing this for a while now, over 10 years, all over the state of Wyoming through different community colleges. I've been fortunate to work with a lot of great writers. And one thing that I know is true is that many writers struggle with insecurity, doubt, nervousness, fear. And so what I do in each class is I talk about those shitty first drafts. This is from Anne Lamott, and she created this great little short story in Bird by Bird called Shitty First Drafts. And throughout the piece, and I'll have that in a link to look at it, she talks about what she's learned when she sits down to work on that shitty first draft. And she says one of the keys is to quiet the voices in your head. First, she says there's the vinegar-lipped reader lady who says primly, well, that's not very interesting at all. Then there's the emancipated German male who writes these Orwellian memos detailing your thought crimes. He goes in there too. And then there are your parents, agonizing over your lack of loyalty and discretion. Don't forget the parents. And then there's William Burroughs dozing off or shooting up because he finds you as bold and articulate as a houseplant, and so on, and so on, and so on. And then she says, and then there's a dog. Let's not forget the dogs in their pen who will surely hurtle and snarl their way out if you ever stop writing, because writing is, for some of us, the latch that keeps the door of the pen closed, keeps those crazy, ravenous dogs contained. Quieting the voices in our head is at least half the battle, she writes, and it's one that she says she fights daily. So before we begin, well, I guess we've already begun, I do this exercise in my class, and I give all of my writers one of these mices. Or mouse, no, mices. So close your eyes and get quiet for a minute. Come on, just do it. You got some time to kill. Okay, so your eyes closed. Close your eyes and get quiet for a minute until the chatter starts up. Then isolate one of the voices and imagine the person speaking as a mouse. Pick it up by the tail and drop it into a mason jar. This mouse, for me, says, you'll never get past the mid-list as a writer. Drop that in there. Then isolate another voice. This one says, why are you even doing this, Mary? Well, who do you think you are? Let's drop that one in. Then isolate another voice, pick it up by the tail, drop it in the jar, and so on. Drop in any high maintenance parental units, drop in any contractors, lawyers, colleagues, children, anyone who is whining in your head. You doing that? Are you thinking of those doubts that we have? Okay, so you drop them in there. For my writers, I have them write what they fear the most, what those voices are in their head, whatever it is. And then I have this little mouse later to remind them of the next step we're gonna do. So we drop all those in the head, in the jar. Whatever it is that's stopping you from writing, we put that in the jar. Just, I don't care what it is. Sometimes it's like, why bother? It's not gonna get better. You don't have a good story to tell. You've told all the stories you're gonna tell. So drop all those in there, right? That's what Anne Lamott suggests. Then she says, then put the lid on. Whoops, there's always one mouse trying to get away. Put the lid on. Oh, gotta get it on tight. And then she says, then put the lid on and watch all these mouse people chewing and clawing at the glass, jabbering away, trying to make you feel like shit because you won't do what they want. Won't give them any more money, won't be more successful, won't see them more often. Then imagine there is a volume control button on the bottle. Oh, that guy was cool. Turn it all the way up for a minute and listen to the scream of angry, neglected, guilt-mongering voices. Then turn it all the way down and watch the frantic mice lunge at the glass, trying to get to you. Leave it down and get back to your shitty first draft. So, step one, quiet the mice in your head. Because we all have mice. Whether we're trying to be a writer, whether we're trying to do another form of art, maybe we're just trying to raise our child and we have all these voices in our head saying you're not enough, you don't do it right. Susie down the street does it way better. She bakes her kids' breads. I don't care what it is that you're trying to do. Quiet the mice. For writers, it's super important to quiet the mice because you already have your internal critic. You don't need that extra few voices going on, okay? So, don't think that was 10 minutes. But I'm gonna leave you with that, and then we'll have another one pretty soon. Okay, let's quiet those mice. Thanks.